let's talk about the athlete who has received more headlines than any third-place getter in the US national trials deserves. Hammer thrower and activist athlete Gwen Berry. Yes, there she is, holding up her activist athlete shirt as she turns her back on the American anthem and flag after coming third in the hammer throw at the US trials. She still got on the team and will be representing the country she seems to hate and maligns at any chance at the Tokyo Games. Of course, for her attention-seeking tantrum, Berry has been elevated to hero status among the race-obsessed media. Just look at this absurd characterization of what happened from the New York Times, who wrote that Gwen Berry used her platform to speak out against systematic racism. And this from The Nation: Gwen Berry is the hero we need. But it turns out that Miss Berry, who racially vilified me this week, more on that later, has a history of posting racist and sexist tweets. The sort of commentary that will get any conservative cancelled, but of course, the left do not play by their own rules. Our latest activist athlete not only made disparaging comments about Asians, Mexicans and white people, but also about rape victims, and suggested she would stomp on a child. Charming. There was this: shout out to all the females that's gone get drunk, get wrecked by 4 dudes and then cry rape this weekend. Oh dear, Gwen, that's not nice. And this: Mexicans just don't care about people. And this: white people are so, I don't think I can even say that word, when they are drunk. But most of the media ignored all that and gave her a platform to spill this comically ignorant nonsense.
I just want to ask, what is it about the national anthem or that whole scenario that made you feel so uncomfortable? Why didn't you want to, acknowledge that part?
History. If you know your history, you know the full song of the national anthem. The third paragraph speaks to slaves in America, our blood being slain and pilfered all over the floor. It's disrespectful, and it does not speak for Black Americans. It's obvious. There's no question.
Oh, good Lord. Here is a history lesson, Gwen, because it seems you need it desperately. The American National Anthem isn't about the blood of African American slaves being spilled. It's a song strictly about the American Revolution. And that third paragraph that you seem obsessed about is actually about British soldiers being slaves to the British monarchy. If you don't believe me or facts, here is analysis from academics and experts, including Associate Professor of Musicology and American Culture at the University of Michigan, Mark Clegg, and Pulitzer Prize-winning historian Alan Taylor, who CNN commissioned to explain the anthem's lyrics. The anthem's third verse, which nobody sings by the way, is explained here for all the race-baiting miscreants. The line, "Their blood has washed out their foul footsteps pollution," isn't meant as pro-slavery language. It's referring to the British poisoned ground, their polluting presence on American soil. The line about no refuge could save the hireling and slave again refers to professional British troops who were the hirelings, and the slaves who were colonial marines, who were slaves held captive by the Americans that escaped and were offered the opportunity to fight on the British side to earn freedom. That's what it's referring to. It's not about African American slavery or anything to do with that. I'm sorry, Gwen, but facts don't care about your paranoid delusions, including your claim that they only played the anthem at the trials to mess with you. And I don't particularly care for your racist nonsense either. This week, you not only sent me a tweet suggesting that all brown women look alike, but worse, you suggested that I look like Biden spawn. I mean, that is just outrageous. How dare you? And when people questioned you about indulging in racism as you supposedly fight racism, this was your response. You tweeted, "Black people can't be racist." Black people can't be racist? Only someone dangerously ignorant of the world would utter something so insane. You want to stop racism, Gwen? Start with your self-love.